Shabbat Shalom. This week's Torah portion is a double portion. Parashat Vayakhel, Exodus 35:1 through 38:20, and Parashat Pekudei, Exodus 38:21 through 40:28. Within these two portions we find several important themes, including the commandment to honor the seventh day and rest, the exact dimensions of the tabernacle, and the consecration of Aaron, the head priest, and his sons. I would like to focus on just two of these themes. Moses speaks to the Israelites and instructs them that they are to begin building the tabernacle, the temporary Mishkan or holy place that would be God's dwelling place. This would eventually become the Holy of Holies in the center of the Jerusalem temple, once it's built. They are to work for 6 days and then rest on the seventh day. They are even instructed that if they are working on the Sabbath, that they will be put to death. Now, this condition may seem a bit extreme to non-Orthodox Jews. After all, do we really believe that if we are working on the Sabbath, that we will be put to death? I believe that for modern-day Jews, non-Orthodox liberal Jews, we struggle with how we define the word work. Is work going to a movie with our friends? Is work turning on our television and watching a movie with our family? Is work jumping in our car and driving for a picnic with the family? In my opinion, what makes Shabbat special, how we separate Shabbat from the other days of the week, this is what the commandment means. It's not that we are to be overly concerned with how we define the work, or how we are to decide whether or not we are following all of the commandments. What's important, or what is of the most importance, is that we make Shabbat a special day, a holy day, a day separate from the other days of the week. If we do this, then I believe we are fulfilling this commandment. Moses tells the Israelites that they are to honor the Sabbath. We are to build the sanctuary of God for 6 days and not on the seventh. What that says to me is that it is up to us to figure out how to make the Sabbath a holy day. And that is the true essence of Shabbat. Moses also tells the Israelites that everyone whose heart so moves him shall bring gifts for the Lord. Everyone who has any kind of skill is commanded to come and help construct the sanctuary. The Israelites, realizing how very important this was to their relationship with God, decided to bring so many materials that eventually Moses was overwhelmed and commanded them to stop bringing materials. We may wonder out loud, what does it mean, whose heart so moves him? What if your heart doesn't move you? I believe the message is that everyone must participate in the building of the Mishkan. You don't have to be rich or to be able to do the entire construction. You just have to be able to say that you contributed. One of the catchphrases of the Reform movement and of liberal movements in general is tikkun olam, the fixing or repairing of the world. It is not incumbent on any of us to do all of the work in the world, to bring peace to every corner of the earth, to bring food to every child in the earth, to extend ourselves to the limit, to helping every single person in the world. However, it is incumbent on us that we be involved, that we learn ways, that we figure out ways, educate ourselves and others on how we can make this world a better place. And once we've received or we've gained that knowledge or we've helped others gain that knowledge, the next step is action. We are constantly presented with ways to give back in the world. We may work with organizations like the American Jewish World Service, or the One Campaign, or the Red Campaign, or Habitat for Humanity, or we may give food to the poor, or we may work in a soup kitchen. All of these are ways that we can make our world a better place. The important aspect of this is that we must do it. We must work to make this world a better place. It's an interesting tension created in this Torah portion, I believe. The idea that we are to work for 6 days and honor the seventh day, rest on the Sabbath. Yet we are also to contribute to the building of the Mishkan. The most important part of our people, our community at that time. The message to me says that the Sabbath day, the seventh day, is so important that even the most amazing thing, that the most important part of our community, the Mishkan, we are to take a break from building it on the Sabbath. What this means to me is that we are all responsible for contributing to the world, for those that are in need of help. But we are also commanded sometimes to just take a step back, rest, and then pick up the pieces when the Sabbath is over. May you have a restful and peaceful Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.